If you've been following the show, you know all about the program designed to get food hampers out to seniors in our community who are facing food insecurity. Joining me now from the Optimist Club of Cornwall, one of the partners making this happen is actually Optimist Club President Terry Muir. Welcome, Terry.
Hey, Gabe, how you doing?
Doing well. We've taken you away from the Benson Center. We know there's a lot of work going on there with the hampers. So why don't you tell me about the process and how it's going so far?
Yeah, well, essentially we're we're trying to build food hampers to get out to seniors that possibly can't get out of their home or are having food insecurities, and so we've basically ordered a lot of food and taken over Ice Pad 3 in the Benson Center. Luckily, there's no ice in it, and we've set up like a store in there, and our volunteers are going around and filling the boxes and bags and everything so that we can get it out to the people in need all over the three United Counties in Cornwall.
And talk to me about how the Optimist Club became involved with this program.
Well, as you know, there's an initiative that was sent down through the United Way, and there's a lot of community partners involved in it, and we just happen to be invited to represent the service clubs. And so, it works hand in hand with some of the other things that we are involved in. So it's a good fit for us, but it's nice to be out. I mean, as you know, we usually service anything to do with youth. And so this is a little different for us because it's all seniors, but we're certainly happy to be part of it.
Absolutely. And when you look at some of the pictures that we've seen from the Benson Center, the scale of this, the amount of food that's on that pad, it fills the pad. So why don't you talk to me a little bit about that and just the scale of this operation?
Yeah, well, it's we've set up to do 1,500 hampers. So it's there's probably enough food in a hamper for a senior, for approximately a week anyway. And so in order to do that, you got to get 1,500 bags of potatoes and 1,500 bags of onions and, everything that goes around. So it's probably equivalent to about maybe 2.5 tractor trailer loads of food that we're going through. And, we got eggs, we got milk, we got bread, all different items, kind of a lot of the staples so that, they can get the best bang for the buck kind of thing, to make sure that everybody gets as much out of it as possible.
Absolutely. And of course, to go along with all that space and all that food needed, of course, there's an army of volunteers. So talk to me about the men and women that are donating their time right now to prepare these hampers.
Well, it's fantastic. As you know, I mean, volunteers are everything, right? I mean, some of the people that are here are redeployed from different departments in the city, and they're amazing. I mean, they show up at 6:30 in the morning and just stay at it all day long. Some of them have to stay inside the refrigerated reefer van or trailer for hours on end, packaging up, the stuff like the milk and the French fries and the chicken and whatnot, so that it remains cool and safe. So I mean, they literally have to sit inside that refrigeration unit, which is set to around 0 Celsius, and so that's dedication in itself. And then you got people that are literally walking miles, packing boxes and bags full of stuff. Like it's like going for your groceries 75 times a day.
Yeah, absolutely. Now, of course, obviously this couldn't happen without generosity from the community as well as some funds from upper levels of government. But for people that are watching this now that may have the means to donate to programs like this, what would you say to them?
Well, hey, the more that people can donate, the more people we can help. And I mean, and the local COVID relief fund, which is set up through the United Way, is the money comes locally and it's spent locally. And so, I mean, you're literally helping out your neighbors, and we're trying to cover all of SD&G and Cornwall and Akwesasne if it's required over there. And it's just to make sure that people that are unable to get out, imagine being in a position where you are scared to leave the house to go and get food, and it could be for a variety of reasons, and especially our seniors who are the hardest hit through this pandemic. So it's one thing to have food insecurity, but to also be in a position where you can't go and get the food because it's you're worried about catching this awful virus. So I mean, that's what we're out for, to try and make sure that these people are getting something to eat.
And just to finish off, we know that access to services like this is as easy as dialing 211, but what would your message be to those who are watching at home and may need some of these services, but we know that it can be hard to reach out, so what's your message to them?
Well, you know what? 211 is exactly it. So I mean, and with all systems, it's not perfect, but dial the number, and they're gonna get a little bit of information from you and direct you. And as you know, 211 is not just about food insecurity. You know, you can call them for a lot of different things, whether it be mental health or whatever. But just make the call, and if you know somebody that needs the help, you can call on their behalf. You know.
Absolutely. On that note, Terry, thank you so much for joining me. And on behalf of your TV and the City of Cornwall, thank you to you, and a big thank you to all your volunteers that are helping make this happen right now at the Benson Center.
It's our pleasure. You have a good day.